I got a young lady over here with a white chef coat. Her name is Daniela. She can give you them. I've got some over here also. Grab those on the school. All our registration for our courses is done online. We've got all the full calendar on our website, pizzaculinaryacademy.com, and you can see us. If you haven't liked us on social media, you can find me personally at Ask Leo Pizza. You can also find the school at Pizza Culinary Academy. And we have a lot of different things. I do a lot of instructional videos online. A lot of people come to us as a resource for a lot of different things. We do consulting work, we do R&D work, and this is a lot of the great things that we do at the school. So again, we're gonna finish this the same way. You know, as long as we did a special pizza, let's do one more. I open up the base just like this, all right? I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. We're gonna do something that shouldn't be done in this oven. We're gonna make a New York coal-fired pizza, similar to the pizza that you would see at like Lombardi's in New York or John's, but we're not gonna use a coal-fired oven. We're not even using wood. How are we gonna do it? We're gonna stretch out the same exact dough, okay, and we're gonna go very thin on this. Same dough ball. These dough balls are about 300 grams, okay, and I'm gonna stretch this one a lot bigger. Okay, guys, like, oh my God, look at how big. Look at that. So, 2 fingers. Maybe we'll do one more because this is double the size. All right. And now I'm gonna lay this just like this. Okay. If you were to go to New York and have the classic margarita in a coal-fired oven, they would put the cheese first. So here you would have the mozzarella on the bottom. We come all the way around just like this. Now, when we talk about the difference between Italian styles of pizza and American styles of pizza, one of the biggest ones is the amount of cheese that we use here in the States, all right? In Italy, you would never use this much cheese. But we're gonna do it today because it's gonna be all right. We're gonna make a New York coal-fired pizza. Now, we take some sauce, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna drizzle the sauce just like this in kind of dollops, all right? You might say, man, it's not a lot of sauce. It's plenty of sauce. Okay. Last thing I'm going to do, we're going to take some basil. Look at how beautiful already, without even doing nothing. I'm going to take some Parmigiano Reggiano. And we're going to finish again with that really awesome olive oil. This pizza was the original evolution of the margarita pizza coming from Italy to the United States. When it landed in New York, the pizza evolved because, number one, they didn't have the same kind of ovens that they had in Italy. So the closest thing that they found was those old bread ovens, the old bagel ovens, right? Coal ovens were used for bread manufacturing at that time. They didn't have the same type of mixers that they had in Italy. This is why the American styles ended up using that Hobart planetary mixer, which originally was a bakery-style mixer to make creams and meringues and batters. It was never meant to make pizza dough. It was an afterthought. It was like the KitchenAid on steroids, right? So from here, I'm going to take, again, 2 fingers. This, again, G-metal, but it's U.S. pizza style, meaning what? It's a lot more heavy-duty. It's twice the size. It's made to resemble the wood peel. G-metal has those over there. 2 fingers, and I'm going to come underneath just like this. Now watch. Ryan, come over here for a second. Give me a hand right here. Same thing. I want to stretch this out. Now as we stretch this out, we're creating a base that's very thin, right? So this is going to have a lot different consistency underneath. Fantastic. And I'm going to go again directly dead center inside of my oven. I hesitated, and this one's going to look like a teardrop. It's okay. We're going to fix this. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So this now, because the burner is going, it's doing its thing. This actually looks like a pizza that's a little closer to maybe what you would see at Pepe's in New Haven, Connecticut. They serve their pizza on a sheet pan. It's a little more elongated. So this pizza now, if you look over here, all of a sudden, because that pizza is very thin and it's a little more scantily topped, the mozzarella and the tomato hasn't covered it all the way. So all of a sudden, we've got these beautiful bubbles that are popping up from the middle. And because they're exposed to the flame, they're going to get all really beautiful and charred up. All right? As you can see right here, right now, all of a sudden, this pizza is looking like something definitely that came out of a book, out of a New York history book for pizza. And it should really not be done out of this oven. But to talk about the new innovation with this brand new burner that Forno Bravo has, we just launched this on Tuesday. The great thing about this is now, again, we're doing a lot more than just Italian pizzas. This is really a wood-fired cooking tool. If you've seen any of my feeds on social media, you'll see that at Thanksgiving time this year, we baked a 32-pound turkey inside of my Forno Bravo at the school, the Napoli 140. That was a pretty awesome one. We've done leg of lamb, where we put the leg of lamb on top of a bed of potatoes and roasted it inside there. So it's not just made for making pizzas and bread. Now, as this is cooking, this is a little bit hotter, right? We're in the little bit back section of this. I'm going to give this the same kind of turn. And what's happening now is that cheese is melting, but because we made those dollops of the sauce all the way around, it's the sauce that's kind of making those individual pools, instead of like the first margarita where it was the cheese that made the pools. Almost like we call that like a fonduta, right? Like a fondue where you would dip stuff. So this is going to be just maybe about another minute. We're almost done over here. Does anybody have any questions? I'm sorry?
That's awfully thin dough. How do you keep it from tearing?
So it's really about the process. He said, how do you keep that? It's very thin. How do we keep the dough from tearing? It's about understanding the process of mixing, because all the strength in the dough comes from the actual mixing process. A lot of people don't know that just by taking the same exact dough formula, you could use the same formula every single day and have the same result. But go ahead and swap out the order of the oil and the salt. Put one at the end and one at the beginning, and you're going to create a totally different texture in the same dough. You can have a dough that has olive oil put in at the end and the salt put in the beginning, and that olive oil at the end is going to create elasticity on that gluten structure. This is why we could stretch it really big without breaking, but you're going to have a softer, chewier dough. Think focaccia bread. Focaccia is one of those classic styles of dough that we put the oil in at the end. But now if we put the salt in at the end and the oil in at the beginning, you create a dough that's very crispy. You guys are going to fight over this one. I might fight you for it. So again, this is a very different pizza. Very thin. You've got a lot of those bubbles, a lot of those charred spots. This again looks kind of similar to what you'd see at Lombardi's or John's in New York. The basil again is nice and fresh looking. It's not burnt. The tomato is perfect. The cheese is all over the place. This traditionally, no, it's a great thing. This traditionally would be done with a dried mozzarella that is done in, it's almost like it's shaved. Where's my plate? There we go. Go ahead and you cut this however you want, Cece. Now, this type of cheese on this style, because we use fresh mozzarella, it's more creamy across. But if we were to use a mozzarella that was maybe in a block, that was a little drier, we could slice it very thinly and then lay those thin slices on top, and it would create, again, a very different type of cheese. One that's got a little bit more pull, where this is going to be a little bit more wet. And then Ryan, being from Madison, Wisconsin, is going to do you guys a favor and cut that pizza into squares for you, which normally would have nice slices in New York. But this is our demonstration of the Forno Bravo Napoli 120 oven. If you have a chance, check out our website at fornobravo.com. We've got a lot of recipes, a lot of techniques. I've got a page on there. You can see a lot of my stuff. Check me out at Ask Leo Pizza on social media. Check out our school, the North American Pizza Culinary Academy, at www.pizzaculinaryacademy.com. My name is Leo Spizzeri. I'm here on behalf of Forno Bravo Ovens. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the rest of the show and have a safe trip home. We look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.